What's up, everyone? It's Twin Soul Poets. We are your go-to couple for love and relationship advice.
Dope spoken word poetry.
And uplifting content. Let's get into it.
Today, we want to tell you how to attract a real twin flame relationship.
The real deal.
The real one.
The real McCoy. Does anybody say that anymore?
No.
I'm bringing it back. And as a real twin flame couple, we are basing this off of things that we actually did before we met each other. The real McCoy.
We're really married. A great place to start is to just set a very clear intention for self-growth and self-transformation. Because the twin flame journey is all about growing together, the universe is going to take that intention for your growth as a signal that you are ready for the universe to send you your twin flame. And that twin flame is going to be the spark that ignites a very fast and profound personal transformation for you.
Yes.
Sometimes we talk about twin flame separation. That happens when one or the other person isn't ready for that kind of intense growth. Like there's some challenge that's coming up that they're like, this I'm resisting, this is too much. Just knowing that when you do come together with your twin flame, it's going to bring you lots of opportunities for growth. And if you can see each challenge as an opportunity to grow together, your relationship will just up level so much and you'll grow so much individually and as a couple.
Oh, hi, universe. I'd like some opportunities to grow, please.
Oh, great. I've got something wonderful just for you. I'm sending you a twin flame there right now.
The next way to attract a real twin flame is to start facing and exploring your shadow self. So this was an interesting realization for both of us. Earlier on in our relationship, when we were getting to know each other, we realized that maybe about 6 months before meeting, both of us were kind of in a dark night of the soul. Yeah. Also a very deep exploration of our shadow selves and of our, the darker parts that can be hard to see.
Yeah.
But we realized that we were both dealing with some really challenging mental health issues simultaneously. When we were talking about the timing of it, we realized we were both kind of in the most challenging parts of that at almost the exact same time. And that's another twin flame sign that you might notice, is that some of the milestones in your life or some of the big things that happen before you even met will be simultaneous. It'll be this weird kind of connection that you had before you even met. But I really do believe that our willingness to go there and to face those parts of ourselves at that time is a big part of what ended up bringing us together. The twin flame dynamic is not for the faint of heart. It's one where you're really got to be willing to dive deep, and it really honestly comes down to the willingness to be true and the willingness to love yourself and to grow internally. Yes, it's a relationship. Yes, it's fun. And yes, there's, love and great sex and all those things. But at the core, it really is about evolution and growth and what you're giving to the world, your twin flame mission. So doing that shadow work now while you're single and you're wanting to meet your twin flame is going to put you so much further ahead when you do connect, because a lot of that crap is going to be out of the way. Yeah. There's still going to be a lot more exploration and work to do, but that is another signal to the universe that you're serious about drawing this person in.
And sometimes people think shadow work and they're like, oh man, like I don't want to go into a crisis, or like, shadow work doesn't have to be all fear, all pain. The flip side of the shadow work is that our greatest fears hide in the shadow, but also our greatest inner truth hides in the shadow. Yes. So that's the real benefit of why people even endeavor to do that and face those fears, because you are able to find your real true self there. And that's, again, one of the greatest benefits of the twin flame connection. You get to share your real true self with someone else.
And the more empowered you can come into a twin flame relationship from the beginning, the easier a lot of those twin flame steps will become. You might not have a separation, or your separation may be a lot shorter than it would have been had you not done the work.
Being at ease in aloneness is the next way to attract a real twin flame relationship. Because we were both coming out of this very introspective journey into the deep corners of self, we were both sort of had relaxed a bit about just being alone, being single, really embracing the time to yourself to be able to explore some of those things, to face fears, to look at your challenges and obstacles, and prioritize figuring out what your real priorities are and what your goals are without too much distraction.
Yes, and that also mitigates the tendency of a lot of people to use another person as a distraction or to fill those spaces within them. If you take the time to say, I'm not just going to reach outside of myself to fill these voids, and challenge yourself to be with yourself and get to know yourself and love yourself and, you know, enjoy your single time, that creates that space.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, that energy of embracing that time with yourself is really attractive. It's different than that energy of like looking and being thirsty and and trying to, you know, make it happen, or being at the bar and craning your neck to see if anybody looks like they're interested. It's kind of that relaxation and that feeling of, I'm cool, you know, I'm enjoying this time, that like people want to be a part of. They want to come join it. So that's kind of the cool catch-22 about that decision.
There is something magnetic about somebody who's really just focused on doing them. The neediness drops away.
And that idea leads into the next way of attracting a real twin flame relationship, which is having this relaxed and trusting energy of expectation. When you can just feel that knowingness inside yourself, that you know that they're coming, you've put your request out to the universe, you're staying in that state of positive expectation, you're visualizing and feeling their energy, you're connecting with them, which you can learn about in some of our other videos. When you're doing those kinds of things from a state of joy and that state of relaxation that is facilitated by that willingness to go into your aloneness, then that opens up so many channels for that person to come in. Personally, if you watch my story, which is now known as the bench story, about the really cool manifestation experience I had with Hamilton, I asked for a sign from the universe and got this amazing sign. Well, maybe we can pop that video up so people can check it out. Definitely watch it. It's really cool. And I got this very clear sign that he was on the way. That I was going to meet the person, I didn't have to keep looking. And that brought this peace over me. And I truly believe that peace, that peaceful energy, that relaxed energy had so much to do with meeting him. I think I met you I want to say 9 months after that experience happened. And the energy before and after that experience was like night and day. And it just felt so good because I was just in this knowing state. And I was like, I can't wait to meet him. It's going to be great. And, you know, here he is.
The next important way to attract a real twin flame relationship is to just get really clear about your intention to meet your twin flame, to really meet your deep, soulful partner. I didn't know what a twin flame was personally when we met, but I did find a poem that I wrote that started with the line, "I want to open you to God's consciousness." And the whole poem felt sort of like a call to the universe of just the kind of love relationship that I wanted. And I feel like those kinds of invitations or calls to the universe, if it really is sincere and comes from your heart, the universe tends to respond.
I did know what a twin flame was, and I was very clear that I wanted to meet mine. Don't be afraid. If you want to manifest your twin flame, don't be afraid to ask the universe for that. Don't just say love or don't say soulmate. If what you really want is your twin flame, if that's what's on your heart, then don't be afraid to share that. I think sometimes that specificity increases the power of your intent. You know, it's like, it's not just love, it's not just my soulmate, it's my twin flame. I want this particular dynamic. I want to experience that in this lifetime. If you're serious about attracting a twin flame relationship, try sending them love and gratitude before you meet them. So this is something that I did before we even met. I would go and do these visualizations and meditations where I would visualize connecting with the person's soul. So I didn't necessarily see like a face or, you know, sometimes I would get images and interesting things like that, but mostly just the energy of his soul. And I would connect with it on, I guess, like a different dimension of reality or a different level. but I could feel it's like I could feel his energy before we even met. And connecting like that, it was comforting, it was exciting. So that helped with the magnetism and the manifestation, I think, because it got my energy really excited. And then after I would spend, I don't know, half an hour, however long I wanted in that experience, afterwards I would just give thanks and say thank you for this person who was coming. And I would tell other people, like, I feel like someone is coming. And I was just kind of like pumping myself up for it. And of course, I did things like create vision boards and things like that, but they were all done in a state of gratitude and with the energy of sending this person love who I knew was about to like change my life.
The next key to attracting a real twin flame relationship is to take inspired action and follow your intuition. When inspiration comes, a lot of times that's the universe speaking to you and telling you or guiding you, hey, this is the way to get to the goal that you were saying you wanted. For me, there was a lot of people that I just happened to run into, synchronicities that started to happen a lot in my life. And when those were happening, I really trusted that that was a sign and just kind of went with it. I still was getting used to this way of going with the flow as kind of a day-to-day thing. And it led me to a lot of places and people that kind of were like little breadcrumbs leading to us meeting. We're not going to share the full story of that yet.
Once we get to 1,000 followers, y'all help us out. Yes. If you want to know how we met. We're excited to tell that story, but we kind of want to do it as a celebration when we get to 1,000.
So hit subscribe now.
Hit subscribe now if you want to hear the story of how we met. But yeah, the universe is like, I don't know, it's almost like the universe is playing chess or something. It's like, I'm going to put this piece here and this piece there, and this, right. To get to the vision that you want. It's this bird's eye view, right? So people, events, circumstances, things like that are lining up. You might not realize that somebody put somebody right in front of you because they could be one of the keys that's guiding you in the right direction. So if you're talking to someone and something's feeling right, follow that. If they give you an invitation and that feels exciting to you, go, because that's what ended up happening when we met, is that I got an interesting invitation and said yes. It felt like something, it was a way for me to give back in this case to this person. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd be glad to. And, boom, boom, boom. We ended up connecting.
I had also received a similar invitation to this thing. And it was,
You never know how the universe is lining you guys up, you and your twin flame. Like, it might come in the most unexpected way, but again, it's like all the pieces are being put into place for you to meet at the right place in the right time.
And getting used to that relaxed, at ease state, like we talked about before, helps you be able to say yes when things come up because you're not resisting.
Yeah, that whole journey is a lot of fun. So if you're manifesting your twin flame, be prepared for it to be an interesting journey to meeting each other.
Yeah. And
we would love to hear about it in the comments. If you have already met your twin flame or you feel like you're on the way, let us know the different signs and synchronicities that have been happening for you, because we love hearing from you guys. And make sure, like we said, to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell notification so you know when we are posting new and exciting, fresh, crispy videos for your viewing pleasure.
Bonus tip for those who are real serious about attracting your real twin flame relationship, check out this playlist right here, Manifest the Love of Your Dreams, and we got tons of great crispy tips in there too.
Does it look like I'm looking at it right now?
Right there.